Alright, we are going live. Looks like everything's good. My lighting's a bit weird, but there's not much I'm going to be able to do to fix that, unless maybe I move the light. Oh, that might do something. Just a little bit. Okay. Not terrible. Not terrible at all. Okay. I'm just going to wait for people to start coming through here. Got a couple of people hopping on. Hello, hello. Yeah, basically, I went to the store, have a bunch of this, like, small Sonic and Mario stuff, and thought, why not just unbox all of them on a live stream? I haven't been able to live stream for a while. Seems like a decent way to get back into it. So, yeah, if you like Sonic or Mario or Pokemon, there's a lot here. I also do have a Spider-Man thing, which we just did a review on a bunch of these guys, and my complaint with the $29.99 I got was he was translucent and was breaking. This guy is actually made with opaque plastic. He probably won't break on me. Looks pretty solid too. So, let's start with him, and then we'll get into all the video game guys. But alright, a couple of people in the chat. Hello, hello. How's everyone doing tonight? Oop. Come on, there we go. Boop. Get this guy out of the box. Boop. Not the most captivating figure in the world, but these guys are pretty cool for what they are, which is $10 figures, which are pretty solid, scaled decently well with Marvel Legends. And, yeah, figure feels a lot better when it's not clear plastic. Who could have guessed? I like that a lot. Pretty good all around. The paint does a treat, because there's not a lot of paint on this guy, but because of the contrast, it looks very solid. Ones, what did you think of the movie? I adored it. I just shot a review. I'm going to post it tomorrow on YouTube. But I think it is the best movie I have seen in many years. Loved everything about it. I would go so far as to call it the perfect movie. Boop. But if anyone's not seen it, if you have like any passing interest in Spider-Man or comic books or animation, if you have a passing interest in art, go see the movie because it's very good. Jesus, they made the web like impossible to get out. There we go. There you go. I had to destroy the box to get out. That's what you get. You can just plug it on to $20.99. It's pretty decent. Let's plug it onto the fist hand. Ah, wow, that's tough. Come on. This is gonna break before it goes on this wrist. Jesus, okay. Well, maybe that can't go on so easily. The figure's good, and the movie's good. The accessory's not so good. I do want to say this, though, no spoilers, but there is something I like here on the box. I didn't realize there were bios. Like I said, I did a big review of a lot of these figures. I didn't realize that they had backstories on the back. On the back it says, trying to create a new superhero, Miguel O'Hara accidentally turned himself into the best Spider-Man in the multiverse. Like, something about that, like, it feels like Miguel wrote that himself, like, oh, Miguel accidentally turned himself into the best Spider-Man ever, and he just so happened to be the most handsome, and the most charismatic, and the best at everything, and the best at basketball, too. Don't ask why, he just is. Best Spider-Man in the multiverse. Well, I don't want to get in the way of the best Spider-Man in the multiverse over there. Why don't we get into some more stuff? Owen says, I love the movie, the ending kind of crazy. Yeah. At the same time, like, it reminds me of, like, Empire Strikes Back, or, like, Two Towers. I feel like for the ending of, like, the middle chapter, that's what you kind of have to do. So I think it works really well. Off-brand Bronson Reed. I get Bronson Reed a lot. Also, Meat Canyon. Apparently I look just like Meat Canyon. But now that we have Spider-Man out of the way, let's turn that camera back around. We have all these Sonic and Mario and Pokemon guys to go through. Nothing too crazy, nothing too expensive. Basically, these guys you can get at, like, checkout lines. They're Jack-specific figures. Apparently super high quality. I have a lot of friends who like to collect these guys. And I was able to get a lot of them for very, very, very cheap. Basically, they were all discounted to half price, and then on top of that, it was a buy two, get one free. So I paid a lot less than I probably should have for these figures. First one that we're going to open, though, is this little Sonic. And, yeah, that's decent. The paint is a little weird around the mouth because the teeth don't really show up that well. But you do have universals at the shoulders and the thighs, so you can get him into a little bit of a running pose, I guess. Let's try and do that. Can we get him? A little jank running pose, but hey, looks like a Dreamcast Sonic running pose. But I do like the thumbs up hand, and you can get him like different poses. Maybe you could get him like, yeah, you can. You can get like pointing to himself like, I'm the fastest guy around. Haha, chili dogs, whatever the hell Sonic says. I don't know. So, oh man, a lot of things coming through. Owen says not much of an end credit scene to Spider-Verse, but still one of the best movies to come out recently. I agree with that. William says I was never into DC or Marvel. I was more into Star Wars. As a kid, DC was my favorite, but as an adult, I like all three of them. I still think I like DC the most, though. Owen says Star Wars goated. William says not the new ones, but the old ones. Cool. Carter says Undertaker. I have a big Undertaker right over there behind me, actually. And then, who has the biggest meat, Mike Tyson or Shaq? I don't know, but I'm going to assume that Shaq has the biggest meat because he owns a pizza company at this point, and I'm going to assume that if you love pizza enough to eat it, you're probably into some pretty big meals. That's just me, though. Like, if I was, like, going on a cleanse every 2 weeks, I don't know if I would want to own, like, a burger joint. You catch what I'm saying? Alright. Next guy we're going to open up is a Moto Bug. Basically, these are guys that you saw a lot in the classic games. They're ladybug motorcycles. It's just like little Eggman robot goons. There we go. Ooh, this guy has a very loose arm, but overall, pretty decent. He does need like a stand to actually stay up, but I don't think that's a problem because that is accurate to the design. Looks decent. A little bit of weird paint on there, though. Motobug. Up next, we got my favorite Sonic character, Dr. Eggman. I am actually really curious where they go with Sonic 3. Because I remember how Sonic 2... Like, I liked Sonic 2 a lot. Especially how... I guess it's not a spoiler to say, like, in the mid-credit scene, Shadow shows up. So I'm very curious to see how they're going to work that out. Merk and Moody says, have you played Kingdom Hearts? I have not, but I have friends who really enjoy those games. William says, hands down. John Tong says, sir, that's not his name. Oh, Dr. Eggman? Ivo Robotnik, I suppose I could call him. Oh, he's both. He's either or. I don't... It's weird, because, okay, Sonic Boom, right? I liked that cartoon. But in that cartoon, he's never Robotnik. He's always Eggman. So now they have to come up with nicknames for that, so they start calling him Egghead. And it's like, what friggin' world do we live in where we had to start making nicknames for the nicknames of these characters? Have you ever eaten a fried skunk? It's extremely tasty. I've had roadkill stew when I was young, and occasionally there was skunk in that, but I don't think it was ever deep fried. It was more kind of broiled. But personally, out of stuff like that, like possum's alright. Squirrel can be decent. It kind of depends on how you season it. When you're young and you don't have much money, you eat what you eat. Next guy that we're getting out is Ray the Flying Squirrel. Come on. You're giving me a little bit of trouble. Come on. There we go. So, Ray the Flying Squirrel, of course, like Sonic Mania Plus, he became one of the playable characters. Oh, wow, his joints are like frozen. Can I get that arm down? That arm is coming off before it's coming down. Jesus. Might have to run this guy under hot water. That's a shame, because like the sculpt is decent, paint's alright. This is a good little depiction of Ray. I hate that he has that frozen joint, though. Yeah, there's already stress marks showing up. I'm not going to keep bothering with that. But hey, you can get him into a decent flying pose, or like maybe like an excited pose. So that's something. Let's see here. It's Ryan says, rarest WWE Elite. I have the NWO Scott Hall, the one that was a Ringside Collectibles exclusive. That guy goes for like a few $100s now. So him, he's probably my rarest. I know I have rarer guys, but I really don't keep track of like who's super in demand at this point. Let me look behind me. I have a couple of Bret Harts that are also kind of rare, but I'm going to stick with Scott Hall. That Scott Hall's probably my rarest. But hey, we've looked at plenty of Sonic, so why don't we look at Mario next? And we got one of my favorite power-ups, Ice Flower Mario. Ice Flower is, like, I like it a lot, and I don't feel like I should, because it is literally just like Fire Flower, but different color. But there's something about it, man. It really works for me, and it helps that I love how the costumes look. So this Mario just has a swivel at the head, swivel at the arms, but you can actually get some good, decent poses. You can kind of get like a presenting a new car kind of pose. Of course, get like both hands up, both hands down. Looks decent, I guess. Yeah, that's all right. Good little figure. Let's see here. It's around says, I had a ringside exclusive Straight Edge Society CM Punk. Oh, dude, that figure's so cool. I didn't realize it was so expensive these days, too. It's gone up way in price. User says, go to the gym. Baby, I go to the gym every single day. However, you gotta actually work out at the gym. So, let's use some proper syntax here. That's like, looking at a starving person and say, hey, go to get a sandwich. Well, okay. Do they eat the sandwich after that? Like, come now. We're not in grade school. Got another Sonic. This Sonic is pointing. Looks alright. Kind of like this one. It's basically just this Sonic again, isn't it? The one with the thumbs up. Is there... There is a difference in the head sculpt. That's weird. The eyes are different sizes, and the mouth is different. So, I guess this is like a unique body. Mario says, cool Sonic action figure. Thank you. We're going to be going through a few of these tonight. There we go. So this is, of course, like when you first boot up the game, you see Sonic like with the pointer finger. It looks cool. I do like action figures that have pointer fingers. It's a very easy way to give a little bit more dynamicism to a pose. It helps that modern Sonic, well, like all Sonics are good designs, modern Sonic is a good design. I'm curious about this. Everyone in chat, what's the best Sonic design? I guess it's between modern, classic, movie, and Boom. If I had to pick, I'd personally think I'd say Boom, just because I did like his kind of lankier body and the scarf. But then second favorite's probably classic. Mario says, cool Sonic figure. I had that before. Cool. And somebody says, how much did you spend on all your figures? All the figures here on this table that we're opening tonight, I got for less than $50 because I basically just walked in on a really good sale and they had everything I wanted, basically. The only, it's weird. If I'm just talking about the Sonic figures, that comes out to under 30. The rest are these Pokemon figures that I imported from Japan. But, yeah. In terms of everything, no idea. No idea. I try not to think about it because I think I'd get very depressed if I realized how much money I've spent on figures. Ted says, dude, not my thing, but I wish I had a hobby, respect given. Hey, the beautiful thing about hobbies is they kind of just sneak up on you. But, thank you for stopping by. It's very cool of you. Thank you. Cindy Hill says, I'm talking about the back. Oh, those guys. Like I said, I would prefer not to get sad and reevaluate my life tonight. So, enough to where I would probably be able to get a house and not have to stay in an apartment. Somewhere in that ballpark, probably. Alright. So, next Sonic figure we have up. These guys are Buzz Bombers. Show up a lot in the classic games. I like their pose a lot. They just look so dumb. So doofy. The head doesn't move. But the waist joint does, and so do the boosters and the wings. Okay. So you actually got, a few good points of articulation on this guy. That's cool. My thing is, right, you look at Goombas and Koopas, and they straddle a line for me when it comes to henchmen in that, I don't think henchmen should look like they're characters, because then I feel bad for killing them. This looks like a character. This looks like he should be, telling Eggman to, remember that he has to prepare dinner for his mom or something. There's a universe where that guy became Cubot. And Sue Hill says, wow, talking about how much I've spent on all that junk behind me. Whoa. I don't care about Genshin Impact. Get that off my screen. I want to look at my the replies. Hey, there we go. Oh, hey, Mike, cool. He says, hey, dude. Sue Hill says, do you have a wife? If I had a partner, it wouldn't be a wife. I do have a boyfriend. However, I don't think that they're interested in double teaming a live stream, if that's what you're going to ask. Mike, cool. Any new wrestling figures? Not tonight. So, basically tonight, we're just doing a bunch of video game stuff. Mostly just because I had a lot of video game stuff. I've had to miss a lot of live streams. So, we were going to do this and then do a more normal one on Friday, or at least try to. By the way, we're opening up Classic Eggman right now. Doop. Michael, yeah, a lot of Sonic. So, just like catch you up, we've already opened a couple Sonics. We're going to have a lot more. And then the only other like major guy is we did get Modern Eggman. But now we're opening Classic Eggman. Doop. So, like I said, I have to assume these Jax figures do very well because I see them all over the place. However, I walked into a Five Below today. They had mountains and mountains of these things, and not only were they all already half price, they were then set to buy two, get one free. So, for the price I would normally have to pay to get one, I was able to buy three, and thus we bought a lot. I'll be honest, out of all the ones we've opened so far, Classic Eggman might be my favorite. He feels great in the hand, he has a good look, and even though he doesn't have like the most articulation, like he has less articulation than Modern Eggman, he feels very characterful. So I'm very much a fan of that. Good little Eggman. While we're talking about Classic Eggman, why don't we look at Classic Amy, back when they were still Rosie or Sally or... Dude, if you want to like look at like how messed up Sonic characters are in terms of like not knowing what to call their characters, look into Amy, because like I think Amy has had like 3 or 4 separate official names. Because see here, Amy Rose, Rosie the Rascal, Sally. Was there another name in there somewhere too? I feel like there was. Robert Hickson says, why do you open them? Well, to be fair, they're basically already open. I'm more or less just getting rid of the box. Darian says, is this your son's room? Oh, Pelly Boy, no. Life is this sad. Lucas, hey Lucas, how's it going? And Michael Fisher says, which wrestler had the worst gimmick of all time? Bastion Booger. Because Bastion Booger's whole gimmick was he was fat, he was gross, and he could barely walk. The dude who played him couldn't speak, he could only burp. His theme music was literally, I'm the Booger Man, and then like farts and burps. Like, he's the worst. You give me any other character, and I could conceivably find a way, like, oh, no, that wrestler or that character could have become a star and could have made it to, like, Intercontinental Championship level, right? Nothing with Bastion Booger. That guy couldn't have got to the tag scene. Like, there's no way you could have done something with him. Lucas says, I haven't seen you in a good while. I know, and I hate that, but it's just I had finals, and I had work. We're doing this just to, like, kind of catch up. I'm going to try to do the normal one on Friday. But now we're just doing this basically because I had a lot of small things. Like, this will be fun. By the way, we're going to be opening Princess Peach next. Michael says, I think I like it. Ah, thank you. Lucas says, dude, I'm really liking Gunther a lot. Gunther is one of my absolute favorites. He is, like, there are a few wrestlers where it's like, even in real life, I don't think I'd want to talk to them because I'm worried they would hurt me. Gunther is one of them. He is a legit-looking dude. What about the chicken guy or the Yeti? Those are both really rough. You're right. Okay, here's what I'm going to say, right? So, Gobbledygooker. Stupid idea. But at least that wrestler, Hector Guerrero, had a career. And, like, that alone means, like, I don't think it's the worst because it didn't kill that guy's whole career. Aside from that, like, you had, the fact that he debuted the same show as The Undertaker, there's a connection there. People still remember the Gobbledygooker, right? They made an Ultimate Edition figure of him. As for the Yeti, stupid gimmick, but he was in a main event match against Hulk Hogan. Mr. Perfect was never in a main event match against Hulk Hogan. Bret Hart was never in a main event match against Hulk Hogan. So, like, if there's, like, a weird, like, accomplishment to the Yeti that you could at least give them that you can't give to Bastion. What is the most disappointing action figure you ever bought? That's Mario asking that. I bought a Hot Toys Superman. And I spent a lot of money on it. And Hot Toys, they're supposed to be like the Cadillac of action figures. They're supposed to be perfect. Top of the top. Cream of the crop. Got it. Hated it. I didn't like posing with it. I didn't like playing with it. And I felt the figure breaking in my hands. Got rid of it. But like, that's always stuck with me, where it's like I spent years and years of my life thinking, like, if I got that, collection's complete. No, not how that worked out. Michael says that's all fair, talking about worst wrestlers. What about the Spirit Squad? Spirit Squad, if they were handled, like, better, they could have been the New Day before the New Day. Like, a bunch of, like, funny dudes who liked working together and had chemistry, and the audience loved to, like, boo them. They could have been the New Day before the New Day. And, like, you had good wrestlers in there, who, like, Dolph Ziggler, and some great OVW guys. Like, there was a lot of potential there. And at the end of the day, they also, like, could have... Like, they main evented stuff with DX. And Michael says, I had no problems with Spirit Squad. I agree with you. I think Spirit Squad's a great gimmick. I think it's a gimmick that WWE mishandled, but that's not the Spirit Squad's fault. You know, I think they were good. Now we're going to be looking at Classic Sonic. We have a lot of Classic Sonics we're going to be looking at. This is just like normal vanilla Classic Sonic. That triple threat at WrestleMania for the IC title was my favorite match. Talking about the one with Gunther. That was really good. Everything Gunther's done since, like, his NXT days, I've adored. And there's a part of me that, like, I hate that, like, WWE was like, hey, you need to get in better shape, pal. Because I loved how he looked before. Because he just looked like a guy in a bar who would kick the shit out of you. And now, like, I think he looks great, and apparently he's very happy. He feels better than he's ever felt, and I'm so happy for him for that. But I do kind of wish, like, he kept his old look, because it's like, you know, he looked more solid to me. But, of course, like I said, he's happier now, so I'm happy for it. Happy for it. Okay, what about mass transit? Jesus, I can't defend mass transit. Mass transit's just like a war crime. Mass transit, the man whose gimmick was don't piss off New Jack, I guess. Okay, if we count mass transit, because there's a part of me that wants to say, like, mass transit should not count in this discussion, because, like, he literally lied about his age and training. If we do count him, he's worse than Bastion Booger, for a lot of reasons. But, like, that's like making fun of a murder victim. Jesus. Lucas says, do you even have a Gunther figure? I don't, because they have the Walter Ringside Collectibles, and I don't like ordering stuff online. I like finding it in person. They do have a Gunther figure coming out that I want to track down. But, yeah, he is, like, number one on the list of, like, wrestlers, so it's like, I need to get that figure. Gunther is one. The only other guy I can think of is, like, I need a Mankind, because I have every other version of Mick Foley. I don't have an Elite Mankind. Oh, hello. Horchata Hooligan says, hello, sir. Hello. Did they ever make a mass transit figure? I can tell you they did not. Buy a thing of chalk and draw an outline on the floor. You got mass transit, I guess. Finn Balor, phenomenal wrestler. One of the best. And Horchata says, I want at least one hot toy of Darth Vader in my collection. I totally get that. I'm not trying to, like, shit on hot toys. They're just not for me. That was, like, a hard thing I learned. It's like, just because something is premier for a lot of collectors doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be for you. Good lesson to learn. Lucas says, do you have a Sheamus? I do have a Sheamus. I have a single Sheamus. Do you have any Eddie Guerreros? I do have some Eddie Guerreros as well. And I also have this Sonic that I very much like. I'm just going to put him down now. This whole time we've been talking, I've just been playing with that Sonic. He looks really good with the classics. When we're done unboxing everyone, I'm going to get them into big groups so we can look at that. Can I see, please? Do you have tails? We're going to have a few tails that we're going to unbox tonight, but, like, I guess, preview, these are tails that we're going to be opening. Do you have Star Wars? I do have some Star Wars, including a big TIE pilot behind me. I call him Jerry. I remember when Hornswoggle was a McMahon. Dude, I loved Hornswoggle. He has a cool book, too. I read his book recently. It's very good. Kana says, I always thought Mafex was the best quality you can get for the price. Mafex is very, very solid. I had their Stormtrooper for a very long time, and I am dying to get their Scarlet Spider. Cannot wait. Okay, who do you like more? Haku or Rhino? Rhino. Haku is cool, and I love the guy in real life. I can't think of a single Haku match I really enjoy. Meanwhile, Rhino, like, he was just phenomenal. Just so good. Lucas says, will you marry me, beautiful? I'm not quite in that game, but thank you for the offer. Where can I find a Hulk doll? Well, which Hulk are we talking about? Incredible or Hogan? Hot Toys is rather expensive. What other companies are their competitors? It depends. Do you want 12 inches or do you want like a 6-inch figure? Because if you want 6-inch, then like Mezco is very good, Mafex is very good, Beast Kingdom is very good. Oh, hey, Flamingo Plants. Hey, haven't seen you in a while. Glad to find your channel again. Thanks, man. Good to see you. Luis says, Hulk Hogan. Oh, dude, they have a Hulk Hogan coming out pretty soon. Otherwise, like, go to BBTS. I think they have one on sale right now. Mysterio or Jeff Hardy? Jeff Hardy. But I prefer Matt to both. You look like Bronson Reed. I've heard that a lot. Now then, what are we looking at? Eddie Guerrero's. So, I don't have a lot, but I do have my Legends Eddie Guerrero and a couple more there. And then, have a lot of Hulk Hogan's. A lot of Hulk Hogan's on this shelf. I have my big Star Wars corner over here. I used to have so many more, but I've really kind of fallen out of love with this toy line, so I've downgraded a lot. Got my vintage guys down here, too. And then, any advice for an 87-year-old grandma who has... Ooh, my. Well, I want to respect my elders, but I guess all I'll say is, I wouldn't exactly call myself a lady killer as much as I would say I'm a gentleman of gentlemen, if you're able to catch my drift. Eddie did get buff as hell within a year or two. Shame, I loved him. I adored Eddie, but yeah, I think he got too much of the mentality like he had to make himself big, and it wound up killing him. I don't have any Kurt Angles, but I do have some Brocks. I have Brocks I really enjoy. Where's my Brocks? There are my Brocks. I especially love Cowboy Brock there. They all are pretty good. I've never been an Edge fan, okay, Flamingo Plant says, I've never been an Edge fan since Matt Hardy Lita drama. I get that. I get how that would ruin Edge for people. I still love him. But yeah, it's a shame. Lucas says, you got a Buzz Lightyear. No, I don't have any Toy Story stuff. I've been thinking about getting some, but, like, not yet. And Joe Flynn says, that Cowboy Brock is absolutely sick. It is a really cool figure. I like him a lot. Someone was asking about competitors to Hot Toys. There's not really a major competitor. Like, Sideshow Collectibles does that thing, but cheaper, and with a lot of the same licenses, so that's a way to go. If you're wanting Star Wars, though, like, Hasbro did a 1-inch line, or a 12-inch line, and, like, some of those figures, like the Count Dooku and the Plo Koon, are very, very good, if that's kind of what you're looking for. Please tell me you have Austin Theory. He's so cute. I know I have an Austin Theory somewhere. Give me 1 sec, I'll find him. Huh. Am I crazy? Do I not have an Austin Theory? I know I have an Austin Theory. Yes, I do. He's right over here. He's over there with Mace. But that's my only Austin Theory. Boop. Do I have Dominic Mysterio? I do. I have the basic one, but he's my... I got like Judgment Day, Dominic. That's the one I wanted. Oh, hey Caillou, how's it going? Now then, now that we've had a little bit of a field trip, let's get back to some unboxings. Boop. Okay, Star Wars. Who's winning, Kit Fisto or Plo Koon? Okay, Michael, you're pairing two of my favorites together, and hear me out though. I think Plo Koon, because Plo Koon is one of the only Jedi to ever have a confirmed win over Yoda, and also Plo is specialized in fighting single opponents. Kit Fisto is specialized in fighting multiple opponents. So if they were fighting team of like 5 Jedi versus 5 Jedi, Kit Fisto. But if it's just one-on-one, Plo Koon, I think. Caillou says, good, how about you? Doing pretty well. We're just doing a lot of Sonic and Mario and Pokemon unboxings tonight. That's going to be the name of the game. Got this guy here. This is the Rhinobot. I'm not going to lie. Don't know what this is from. Looks cool. But this is one of the ones I got because of the sale. I'm going to be honest. Michael says, Kid is my boy, but those are good points. Oop. And Lucas says, do you want a cheeseburger? Nah, I've actually been trying to cut red meat out of my diet. It's very heavy, but you know. I do like a good burger from time to time, but I think I'm good right now. Oop. Oh my god! He has a little ear waggle! Oh, that's adorable! You know what this is? This is like Eggman's like dumb dog. Like, this is the dog that, like, will bring you the paper, but only after running through the sprinkler systems. Oh. He's good. He's really good. Okay. Have you ever tried plant-based burgers? Some of them are very good and filling. I do, and in all honesty, I adore a good tofu patty. Only issue is, a lot of people have, like, moved away from using tofu, and I don't get it, because tofu's good. Michael says, dude, you seem genuine as heck. Well, thanks. I try to keep it chill. I don't see a point in trying to sell something I'm not. Speaking of which, it's only the second most popular character in the whole franchise. That was one of my favorite things about Sonic Boom, is how they would get meta at times, and I loved how Eggman was, like, freaking out to meet Shadow. Ah, there we go. He has some weird hands. I guess, like, his hand should always be up here, maybe? But what is he holding? He doesn't come with anything. But the Shadow's decent. He has like a little snarl going. Good colors. Yeah. Shadow is a character who, when I was young, I adored. And I stopped liking him when I became a teenager because I was like, okay, I get it. Someone's in middle school. And now I love him again because I think he's goofy and silly. But yeah. Lucas, I saw you crashing on a motorcycle. Oh, I wish. Michael says, which is better, TMNT or Gargoyles? Gargoyles, I adore. And I feel like it needs a lot more attention than it gets. Like, it is such a good cartoon. At the same time, Ninja Turtles has had, like, 16 good cartoons. I would say Ninja Turtles. But I will say I think that Gargoyles cartoon I think is better than most Ninja Turtle cartoons. The reason I would say Ninja Turtles over is because Rise of the TMNT, which is my favorite cartoon of the Ninja Turtles. Love the art style in that. Love everything about it. And then I love the IDW comics. So those are the two things that are making me say Ninja Turtles over Gargoyles. But both are very good. Both deserve attention. Also, I probably should have mentioned, I just got Knuckles out of the box. He has very loose legs. It is kind of hard to keep this guy balanced. Thank goodness he has such big feet. Yeah, modern Knuckles' design is strange. Because the big old hands, and he has the noodle limbs. Say what you will about the Sonic Boom body, I get it, not for everyone. But, like, at least Sonic Boom, like, his hands aren't just weirdly gigantic. Michael says, Mighty Ducks or Street Sharks? Street Sharks. Street Sharks because of Jawsome. That's why. I'm a very shallow person sometimes. Sometimes it really does just take a bad catchphrase. Let's move away from Sonic, because now I got Mario's Persona. He has a lot of personas, now that I think about it, because you have Cat Mario, you have Tanuki Mario, you have Frog Mario, you have Koopa Shell Mario. Mario likes, you know, being a part of the community, I guess. So yeah, getting him out. Good little Mario. You only have the paws and the head, but like good pose, good paint. That's decently solid, like that. Okay, I'm seeing someone say Rip John Cena. What do you mean Rip John Cena? I need someone to give me context right now or I'm ending this live stream to go, don't joke about this with me. Is John Cena okay? Oh, Lord. Michael says Jossum rolls. Thank you. Is John Cena okay? One sec. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if this kills the stream. No, I can't kill the stream. I don't want to kill the stream. But also, is John Cena okay? Zach says, I miss Street Sharks. Best show growing up. It is a very cool cartoon. I like it a lot. But I'm going to have... I'm gonna have a breakdown, like, at this table. Don't tell me John Cena's not okay. Is he okay? Oh, no. Okay. Cena is fine. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, Jesus. What do you mean? Okay, so now I gotta know, Lucas, what do you mean Rip John Cena? Is this an Austin Theory thing? Because Austin Theory beat him at Mania? You know what? Here, we're just gonna go to another Sonic. I got a classic Sonic with a chili dog. Please excuse me as I try to piece together the life that was, like, quickly shattering before my eyes. It's like, tell me Superman's dead, man. Come on. John Cena is still kicking. Best WWE title. White strap Intercontinental Championship belt. That is my favorite looking belt ever, held by some of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I love white strap Intercontinental Championship. Can you open more toys, please? Yeah, let's get back to that. Got a chili dog, Sonic. His face is very friggin' weird, and his arms don't pose super well. Let's see here. My favorite is the big gold belt, says Shrek, their favorite WWE title. I do love old Goldie. That's a good one. I don't like the new one that much. You know what it is? I hate that every single belt needs the W on it now. Like, I don't know. I'm not big on it. Michael says, own any X-Men 2099 figures? I don't. I do have a few Spider-Man 2099s. I'm looking at one. But none of the X-Men, I'm afraid. They'd be cool, though. I need to track them down sometime, maybe. Do you have a dream belt? Ooh. If I could own any belt, it would be either the white strap IC belt or Big Goldie. But that's because, like, a lot of the wrestlers I loved as a kid were because they were my mom's favorites. So to me, that's, like, memories of, like, me watching Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair matches with my mom as a kid. So, that one. Let's see here. Got a lot of comments that came in. Oh, okay. Dominic Mysterio, the best. I do like Dominic Mysterio a lot. What is going on? I don't care about live goal introductions. Just let me look at. Thank you. TikTok is wanting to tell. No, I don't want to report anyone. What are you doing? I can't even touch the. I don't know what's going on right now. What is the issue here? I'm almost worried I'm going to have to end the stream. It's not letting me, like, do anything anymore. There we go. Oh, it's still not letting me scroll up. That's awesome. Thank you, TikTok. They've done a lot of updates here. Oh, so, okay. I'm sorry, guys. I might have just lost your comments because I can't scroll up on my comments anymore. Can you sing that Jack Black song? I don't know which one we're talking about. Do you have a John Cena? I have a shelf full of them right over there. Good choices, man. I want the spinner belt that Cena owned. That is a cool belt. Where do you find most of your figures at? All over the place. There's a lot of comic book stores around here and a lot of stores I go to. Do you have a John Cena? Boop. I like the current IC title. It does look cool. I miss the old one. That's gonna kill me. It kills me that I can't go up and read the comments that I missed. I swear to God. Sometimes with this app. Sometimes. Here, we're looking at this thing next. Chopper. Chopper looks very fun. I like him. How much? For Chopper here, all these small Sonic and Mario guys I got for super cheap, because it seems like Five Below was done having them. The classic IC belt with the white strap is my favorite. That is also my favorite. You and I are on the same wavelength there, I think. I keep touching the screen because I keep wanting to help, like, maybe I can actually scroll up. Nope. Please be careful with those scissors. I'm trying, and I know it looks like I'm being willy-nilly, but thank you. I need to be careful with them. But, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I shouldn't say that. Knock on wood. Do you like the World Heavyweight Championship? I like the history of the championship. I like old Goldie. I like the big gold. I don't like the current one. I hate that every belt needs the WWE logo on it. I think it looks a little too crowded. I wish it was just the old design. And same thing with the Undisputed belt, the Universal belt now. I hate that they have to be all, like, labeled. What action figures do you have? A bunch. Wrestling, DC, Marvel, Muppets, Transformers, wrestling, Pokemon, Sonic, Mario, everything. I don't like the Roman new title is garbage. I agree. I don't know why they need the company logo on it. Treat it like a sports title. Treat it like a boxing title. You don't put UFC on the belt. Come on. Do you have a John Cena coffin figure? Oh. I want you to know that you nearly gave me a heart attack. I didn't want to live in a world without John Cena. How's life treating you in Georgia? Glad to find you here again. You're awesome. Thanks, Flamingo Plants. No, life's still going pretty well in Georgia. Just working and going through finals, everything else. But it's been really good. And Antonio says, alright, bye, you can't see me. Oh, I'm sorry. If any of your comments got lost, I'm sorry. Like I'm saying, I'm having some technical issues. I can't go up. Lucas said, I thought you lived in China. I mean, a lot of these things are from China, but I don't think I myself am from there. But no, I'm super happy to see a lot of people again. And I'm going to be doing another live stream on Friday, like the normal one. I'm doing this one because I felt so bad that I've had to miss so many. But hey, got a Metal Sonic. So I know that Jazzwares did a classic Metal Sonic. I think this is like the second action figure that classic Metal Sonic's ever gotten. Notice what I'm saying there. Not Metal Sonic, specifically classic Metal Sonic, like CD Metal Sonic. Do you have Mortal Kombat? Yeah, I do have a few Mortal Kombat figures. Not too long ago, I reviewed all of them on my channel. And, they're solid. I like Mortal Kombat a lot. I am so excited for Mortal Kombat 1. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the trailer. It looks so cool. I want to know what the story's going to be. I want to know the characters that are going to be in there. Seems like my favorites are going to be in there at the very least, because I'm basic. My two favorites are Melina and Scorpion. Guess who's in there? For sure. Melina and Scorpion. But no, it's all very, very good. Wow. That's my Metal Sonic. That's good. I like that. Just menacing little dude. Not a goofy little guy anymore. Not a silly little dude. You got a Shinsuke Nakamura. I do. Let's see here. I can kind of bend out of the way. He's right there over my shoulder. Do I have Dark Sonic? I don't have Dark Sonic. I think the darkest Sonic I have is Shadow here. But I know that they have, like, a character actually referred to as Dark Sonic. I don't have that guy, I'm afraid. I do have Silver. That's something. He's a, anime protagonist. Come on, get out here, Silver. There we go. The moment you realize that Shadow is Vegeta and Silver is basically Trunks. Isn't that a thing? Like, didn't Sega, literally say, Silver's character is supposed to be, a reference to Trunks? Lucas says, I have a crush on Shinsuke. He's so adorable. He's such a cool guy. I love how, like, he's admitted, like, the only reason I came to work for WWE is to go surfing. It's like, that, he's a cool dude. He is a cool dude. Do I have a Venom character? No. I'll be honest. I sold all my Marvel stuff. And for a long time, I didn't have any. And then I saw Spider-Verse, and now I'm back to needing a lot of Marvel stuff. So I'm going to have a Venom before too long, eventually, but I don't have one right now. Oop. How are some people born smart? That's effed up. I don't know why that's killing me. That's fucking beautiful. Holy. Oh. I'm sorry. I think their username is 8 bunch of eyes 0 bunch of eyes 5. Oh. That's a work of goddamn genius is what that is. How are some people born smart? That's effed up. Crypto Horizon, do you have any Godzilla characters? I do not, I'm afraid. I have My Hero Academia, and someone has pointed out, apparently Godzilla is in My Hero Academia, and he is a registered hero. Shit blew my mind. Also, there's Silver. So, I didn't show it on screen. His leg broke on me, and I shoved it back in. It feels fine now. But, hey, Silver is just as disappointing now as he was back in 06. Oh! I know the Sonic references. I'm a Hedgehog fan. Okay. We're moving on to a Mario figure. We have Luigi's persona. Okay, here's the thing I want to know, right? You get Cat Peach. Oh, okay. So Flamingo Plant says, did you see any of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers reboot on Netflix? Thoughts? I didn't know about that reboot until recently. Have not seen it. I'm not a big fan of Power Rangers. I'd like to check it out sometime, I think, but I've just not currently seen anything. Danny says, oh my god, your collection in the background of the WWE wrestlers is so cute. Thank you so much. Yeah, I love that collection. It's great. So the person who killed me while I was laughing, 8 bunch of eyes, 0 bunch of eyes 5 says, see you, Ron. Thank you so much for popping in. You made my day with that comment. Why are some people born smart? That's so fucked up. Jesus. That's capitalism at work right there, man. Do I have a fish? Yeah, I have a fish right here. I want to have that big of a collection one day. Danny, what I'm going to say is I have a big collection. That's because I've been collecting for many, many years, and I never went to buy super expensive stuff. I got stuff that I liked, that was affordable, and it built up. So, enjoy your collecting. Take it easy. Make sure it's all stuff you like, because otherwise you're going to be like me, and one day you're going to come into a room like this, and you're going to say, like, oh my god, half the stuff in here I hate. And then you're going to have a hard time selling all that stuff, because you need to make more room for the wrestlers. So I saw someone say, what are you doing? No, I just want to look at comments. Jesus, TikTok. Someone said something about Undertaker. I'm sorry, I didn't see your thing. Oh, hey, Frost, how's it going? Danny Marquez says, bet, man, appreciate that advice. Flamingo Plant says, I was here on live when you opened up that big Raw logo on the top shelf. I remember that. Dude, I still love that thing. That's like my favorite thing in my collection. I did a video recently where I brought a lot of friends in here, and one of the first things they noticed was my big Raw sign. Do I have any Johann? Is that Johann Libert? I don't know who that is. I want a Jack Black action figure. I have a Bowser. Own any rings? I do have the Masters of the WWE ring, but that's it. Do I have any John Cena's? I have John Cena's there and Undertaker's over there. Nice hair, brother. Similar to Anthony Padilla from Smosh. Thank you. Frost, I have read chapter 1. I need to sit down to actually read the rest. I want to wait until I actually read all of it before I got back to you. But I'm enjoying it so far. It's literally just I've been busy with a lot of stuff. Do I have a Bo-Katan? I do. Do you have Cena or Undertaker? I do. Best WWE video games, WWE All-Stars. What's your favorite cereal? Captain Crunch, probably. Yeah. So, we're getting Cat Luigi out. Yeah. So, Cat Luigi, pretty cool. I like that. Good colors. Thing I never said, right? So, Luigi is green, and Peach is pink. Why is Mario yellow and not red with the cat costumes? Frost says, I'm working on a secondary project called Life Flow. Oh, that's cool. What is the most expensive action figure I have? It would be a Scott Hall action figure, a wrestling figure. But, here. Keep in mind, while we're moving, if I miss a comment, I have no way to scroll up right now because TikTok is TikTok. We're gonna look at some stuff. So, first thing was, a lot of people were saying, like, John Cena. I literally have a full Cena shelf. I have so many John Cena figures. If I had to say a favorite one, probably this one. He came out very recently, top picks. Just a very good John Cena. Second favorite, that US champ. I like him a lot. Ooh. Figure Hunter says, great collection, thank you. Lucas says, my favorite is Peacemaker. Peacemaker John Cena is goated. I completely agree. As for Undertakers, because someone was asking about Undertaker, got a bunch of takers right here on this shelf, along with some Ministry of Darkness guys, as well as Vader and Sid. Life Flow, in a nutshell, makes the concept of cyberpunk and steampunk. Oh, that's cool. Can I see the Bo-Katan figure? Yeah. Wait, do I still have a Bo-Katan? I'm so sorry, dude. I've sold the Bo-Katan. I'm looking over there now. I don't have one. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. No, I still do have a Bo-Katan. I still do. Where are you? Here you are. I have the vintage collection Bo-Katan. Only Bo-Katan I have right now. That's my bad, bro. That's my bad. The NWO scene is my favorite. That is a really good one. I like that one a lot. Any Sub-Zeros? Yeah. Here, my Mortal Kombat guys are all down here. There's Sub-Zero. That's the lot. Alright. Got Shrek. No Shrek, I'm afraid. No Shreks. There's apparently a cool Shrek toy line. Do I have that Ultimate Edition Cody Rhodes? I pre-ordered it. It's shipped. It's taken forever to get here. I don't have the Ultimate Edition yet. I do have the Supreme one. I like that figure a lot, but I can't wait to have the Mattel one. I'm so hyped for the new Mortal Kombat game, I'm going to pre-order it. That's cool, dude. Yeah, no, I'm really excited for it too. Mortal Kombat 1 looks like it's going to be great. Craig says Michael Myers. No, I don't really do horror villains, so I don't have any of them. Any Marvel Legends? Yeah. Whoa, you're only smoking mirrors. Love Cody. Flamingo Platt says, have you played the new Zelda game? No, I'm not much of a Zelda person. Ultimate Edition Roman Reigns. Right over here. I don't have any Chucky. Okay. Iron Man. So, Marvel Legends. I sold all my Marvel stuff. Then I watched Spider-Verse, and suddenly I needed a lot of Marvel Legends again. So, here's the shelf that I literally just started building yesterday. Already got some of my favorite characters again. There's the Extremis Armor Iron Man. Just so happens that when I'm getting back to Marvel Legends, they just made a figure of my favorite Iron Man armor, the Extremis Armor. As for Hulkbuster, Lucas says, acknowledge your tribal chief. I have the Diamond Select Hulkbuster, which is a very, very good figure. Frost says, I call this mixed world for Life Flow. I'm sorry, Frost, I just lost your comment. And the more the people, I can't scroll up. Got any Team NT? Yes. Team NT are right here. Any Halo? I have a single Master Chief. And the New World Order, they're split because I separate wrestlers by performer and not by group. So, got a Kevin Nash, got a Scott Hall and a Norton up there. I got a lot of Cena's there. I do have this small, like, NWO group up here. And then one Master Chief. So, did I just see a creeper from Minecraft? I don't think so. I don't think I have a creeper. Sepunk. Okay, Sepunk, that's a good name. Do I have DX? Yeah, I have the DX army right there. Johnny Cage. No Johnny Cage. Jake the Snake. Do I have Devon Dudley? So those are the only Dudley boys I own, the original ECW ones. As for Jake, right here. So a thing that I just need to repeat again, guys, TikTok is being a nightmare, and I can't scroll up on comments anymore, which is super cool, but it also means I can't see anything that goes past that. Lucas action figure. I'm afraid I don't have a Lucas action figure. Any Yu-Gi-Oh cards or action figures? No, I'm afraid not. Can Roman Reigns beat He-Man? Probably. He's beat everyone else. I have the same X-Pac figure in Triple H. They're really good ones. I like them a lot. Oh, hey. So, the SEP in the beginning is an abbreviation of Steam Electric Power. This is Frost talking about their connection of cyberpunk and steampunk. That's cool. Steam Electric Power. Who's stronger, Goro or Shao Kahn? Shao Kahn. Because Shao Kahn's stronger than Kotal Kahn, and Kotal Kahn is stronger than Goro. You can't swipe left to enlarge comments. Let me try that. It's not letting me do anything. Like, I'm touching the screen, it's not letting me do anything. Better career, Triple H or Undertaker? Triple H, because he's running the company. Seth freaking Rollins Ultimate Edition. I don't have it yet, but I do want one. Lucas says, can I smoke a cigarette? Don't do that. Don't do that. It looks cool, but then it's gonna kill you. Sup, Bronson Reed? Yeah, I'm swiping to the left. Literally does nothing. Like, I'm touching the screen. Does nothing. It is so cool. It's so cool how this app just decides not to work. Lucas says I look like Bray Wyatt. I've never gotten Bray Wyatt before, but thanks. I like that. Frost says basically the thing that powers everything is a liquid element I made myself called electitite. Oh, electitite. Apologies, I have dyslexia. I have a hard time. That's electibite. Okay, cool. That's cool. And Big Cheese Ball says, do the tsunami on your bed on stream. Is that a sex thing? Are you asking me to do a sex thing? Is that water sports? I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. Crypto says, what do you think about Chris Pratt bringing Mario and not the original Mario? Now that I've seen the movie, I think he did an alright job. I think Charles Martinet, I love him a lot as a voice actor. I don't necessarily know if he wanted to be in a movie. And, like, he was in it and as two roles, because he was Mario's dad, and then also he was, like, Jumpman in the arcade. I don't know. It's still weird, but I felt like I went into it thinking that he was going to be terrible, and instead I thought he was alright. Oh, Bronson Reed Splash is called the Tsunami. I did not know that. My apologies. Riz Gang asked for Kenny Omega, clown wrestler. You mean Doink? I don't have a Doink. And I don't have a Kenny Omega either, I'm afraid. Transformer Toy Talk says, awesome collection, bro. Thank you so much. I quite enjoy it too. Okay, quick question. Goku versus Sonic, who would win? Depends on which Sonic. Because, like, in the comics, doesn't Sonic have the ability to do with reality whatever he wants? I think in the death battle between him and Wally West, like, they literally said, like, oh, he's just God in Archie, so Sonic, if that's the case. Oh, no, Kenny Omega is a clown. He seems like a nice guy. I got a lot of respect for Kenny Omega after it came out that during that fight with CM Punk, he got hurt trying to protect the dogs, and it's like, oh, man, that's a good guy. Eleptitite was found in the core of the moon, and they figured out how to replicate it. That's cool. Joseph Van Camp says, rest in peace, Iron Sheik. I just saw that news today. Like, it's sad, but also, like, he had a good run. Do I have a John Moxley? I have quite a few. Any Transformers, I also have a lot of those. Let's say hello to this Sonic saying hello. Why don't we go look at some stuff? Oop. So, Transformers, there are a lot. A lot. Like, multiple shelves, a lot. So, this is where I keep all my Autobots as well as my IDW shelf. Boop. John Cena is alive. Yes. Guys, please stop doing this to me. There's my Decepticons. And then I have a lot of smaller shelves of just like miscellaneous figures. So, yeah, I have quite a few Transformers. As for John Moxley, I have this figure right here. I like that one a lot. Boop. So, that's, what's my least favorite figure? Well, that's the thing, the ones I don't like, I sell. Or I just otherwise get rid of. I'm looking at the wrestling figures, because I have so many of them, I know my least favorite has to be in there somewhere. John Moxley kind of looks like Dean Ambrose. He does, and it's weird that they've never been in the same room together. I bet they get along. Brock Lesnar. Oh, Greeky Zeke says, nice, I have a bunch of figures too. That's awesome. There's a bunch of Brock Lesnars. Someone's asking Wardlow versus Braun Breaker. I'd want Braun Breaker to win, because I like him more. Okay, I know who my least favorite figure is. It's this Rey Mysterio. Specifically that one. Why? Because I have a bunch of Rey Mysterios. He always has the same head sculpt and the same accessories, and that's just the most boring one to look at. That one. That's my least favorite. I think my least favorite figure is Jimmy Hart. I get that, but I like Jimmy, so... The liquid in detail flows like water, but has lines of electricity going through it like roots. Huh. That is cool. Who would win, Scorpion or Sub-Zero? I'm gonna go Sub-Zero, because every canon fight they've ever had... Well, okay, which Sub-Zero? Because is it Bihan or Tundra? Because every time it's Bihan, Scorpion wins. And every time it's Tundra, Sub-Zero wins. If it's second Sub-Zero, main Sub-Zero, then all the way I'm going Sub-Zero. But if it's original Sub-Zero, then Scorpion. User says, hi, how are you? I'm great, how are you? Best Undertaker figure. Oh, let's go look at that. Low-key, he handsome as fuck, Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker does have a good look to him. I'm more of a Rick Boggs kind of guy, but hey, Braun Breaker does look good. Best Undertaker figure, I'm looking at them. Okay, this is an old one. I think this came out around WrestleMania like 33. But this Undertaker with the faux leather jacket. It's my favorite one. Love him a lot. That's my pick. You're live on a Wednesday. That's different. Well, it's because I missed so many lives that this was going to be my catch-up one. Who would win, Godzilla Ultima or Jet Jaguar Beta from the anime? I don't know what that is. Godzilla. Because Godzilla tends to win this kind of stuff. Frost says the main character's story tampers with the liquid and mixes it with different substances, talking about their steampunk cyberpunk combination. That's really cool. Greeky Zeke also says, nice. Do I have any Goldberg? Do I? I do. I have this retro Goldberg right there. How many figures do you have? Somewhere around 4,000. Lucas says Triple H versus Sasha Banks. Between those two, I think I still prefer Triple H. I think Sasha is incredible. But Triple H, I can think of more matches I really like. So, Charles Lee says, greetings from Grande Verga. Hello, hello. Rizgang Only says, Bobby Lashley. I know I have a Bobby Lashley. There we go. Right there. We got Bobby Lashley. Do you know anything about The Last of Us? Yeah, my sister loved both those games. I played the first one a lot, and I've seen a few episodes of the show. What's up? Big questions, any Iron Sheik? I need to get a proper Iron Sheik figure, but right now, I just have Colonel Mustafa, which I still love a lot. So that's a good figure. Do you have any Adam Rose or Heath Slater? Neither, I'm afraid. Booker T, I do have, though. He's right here. What's a wrestler figure you'll never get? Probably a lot of those, Pope, the first wrestling line out of Japan that had, like, the first ever Andre figure. I'll never get any of those, but it'd be cool. Cowboy Bob. Cowboy Bob's right there, next to Roddy Piper. Rest in peace, Iron Chink passed away today. I saw that. When liquid is mixed with water, it becomes a syrup, but it has no friction at all on any surface. Okay. Frost is still talking about their new book. Dog, why you out there looking flawless, my G? Oh my. Do I have any Benoit? No. And I'm never gonna own any either. Did you know that if you get up at 3 a.m. and scream Fortnite Kids 456 times, mysteries, that's mom? Okay. Did I might have misread something there. Someone's asking about Umaga. I know I have an Umaga. Here we go. Right there. Do I have any AEW figures? I do. I have a big shelf over there. KWC says, hi, hello. User says, I'm cosplaying Elite at this year's NYCC. I'm so excited. I love the game so much. That's so cool. Rizgang only says, Kurt Angle. I don't have any, I'm afraid. Here's all my AEW figures. I'm sorry I'm being so rushed. It's because I can't look at any of the other comments. And I don't want to miss anyone. Frost, what's next combination should I make that mixes with Electrobyte? Mix it with motor oil. I don't know why, but that's what I want to see. Tommy Dreamer. I do have a Tommy Dreamer figure. Right there. And as for my Hulk Hogan's, all my Elites are up here. Do I have any He-Man figures? I bet when you're sleeping they fight each other. I think about that sometimes. Here are my very few He-Man figures. And a couple more up here. Any Gremlins? Afraid not. Small Soldiers type of shit. Yeah. Jason says, unpopular opinion, the Tomb Raider 23 reboot goes pretty hard. From what I remember, that game's pretty good. I don't know. I thought people liked that one. Maybe I just liked it and assumed other people liked it. Paul London, I don't have any, I'm afraid. We're gonna get back to unboxing for a bit, I think. Early Surfer Sting. I think the only Sting I have is Crow Sting. Any horror movie figures? No, afraid not. Here's a crab meat, though. That's kind of scary. What are your thoughts on Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe? That was my introduction to Mortal Kombat. I think that there's a lot of good points to that game. I think that the mechanics could be wonky, and there was absolutely no balancing, but I still think that was a pretty good game. And I think that if it wasn't for that game, we wouldn't have the cool Mortal Kombat 9, X, 11, all the stuff that we love about Mortal Kombat now, we wouldn't have without that game. I'm just saying. Johnny Gargano, I don't have any, I'm afraid. Do I have any DC figures? I have a lot. Well, we'll go look at them in a minute. How many members of the Annoy Fatu family do you have? Let's see, because I have Fatu, I have the Usos, I have Roman Reigns, I have Umaga, a lot. I have a lot. Also, crab meat's pretty cool, but you can't articulate. How long do you hang out in the figure room a day? Really not that long. I might come in here a few minutes most days, unless I'm filming something. So old man says, my bad, I'm in the hospital and have to keep getting off. Sorry, I missed them. Oh no, dude, you're awesome. Here, were you asking about the DC figures? I'm sorry that I'm having to go so quick. I'm having a lot of technical issues. And thus, every time a comment goes up, I can't see it anymore. So I'm trying to answer them as quickly as I can. Risking only says, Johnny. Also, I'm going to assume that's once again asking about Johnny Gargano, which I don't have. Do you do private tours? Geeky Zeke asks. I'm afraid not. Also, this is Classic Knuckles. Very good. Like him a lot. Good little proportion figure. Crypto Horizon said, did you know that in MKX, if you uppercut the enemy in the pit, they fall into the spikes? I did, and that's also how you activate a lot of brutalities. Simple Man says, I did, but it's okay looking at the collection. Oh, that's good. Flamingo Plant says, do any Rey Mysterio figures have a removable mask? No. But I stick by that's what they should have done with Elite 100 Rey. But that's not the way they went. Lucas says, I'm a Paul Heyman guy. Dude, I think we all want to be Paul Heyman guys. But let's look at some DC figures. So, up top, I have my Legion of Doom. I've always wanted a Legion of Doom shelf, so this is one of my favorite shelves. Below that, I have some of my heroes. And below that, got some bad guys, including the 3 Jokers. And then to the side here, I have my Mattel DC Universe Classics figures. as well as my NECA Christopher Reeve Superman. Those are my DC guys. Simpsons figures. Frost says motor oil makes electrolyte. It becomes a rock-solid mass, but when thrown, it explodes on impact. Huh, that's pretty cool. Risking only keeps asking about Johnny Gargano, and I keep saying I don't have a Johnny Gargano. Sorry. Frost mixes. Okay. Someone says that's awesome, man. I like it. Thank you. We're going to look at Simpson figures now. I have a good few of these World of Springfield guys. I love this toy line a lot. The only figure that I don't have that I really want is they did a Bret Hart, and I need to track that guy down. Alright, Marvel section. It is very, very, very small, because up until recently I didn't have any Marvel figures, but then I saw Spider-Verse, and I was like, hey, you know what I need? Marvel figures. So all my guys are down here right now. What should I start collecting? Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon cards? Whatever you enjoy more, man. The thing I'm going to tell you now, don't collect based on what you think is going to be worth something. Collect what you like, because you never tell when something's going to be worth anything. It might be that tomorrow all this stuff is worthless. So make sure you at least enjoy it. Riz Gang only, I don't have any Johnny Gargano. I don't have a single Johnny Gargano. There's no Johnny Gargano in this house. I would like one, but I don't have one. Ray 14, any Dragon Ball Z? I'm afraid not. No Dragon Ball Z. I used to have some, but then I sold them because the collection was too big and bloated, and I wanted to be more focused with it. Frost says, I don't collect too much, but I do have a collection of Pokemon cards and Skylanders. I remember Skylander. That's great. Flamingo Plant says Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just a Pokemon wannabe, in my opinion. I think it's fine. Any boxed figures? Yeah, I have a couple. Here. So, I keep weird figures boxed, mostly just stuff I really enjoy. So, I have Johto Cast and Jim Henson still in the box. I have some My Hero guys still in the box. All Real Monsters. I keep these guys in the box because the boxes are just beautiful. And then alongside that, I have some Batman and Superman figures still in the box. And none of those guys are worth anything. Those are literally just figures or characters I like a lot. And it's like, hey, I want to keep it in the box. Should I start collecting Dragon Ball Z and see what it's worth in the future? Don't collect anything to see what it's worth. You're just going to be disappointed. I'm telling you that now. I work in a toy store. Don't do it. It's not a good investment. Collect it because you want to collect it. And, yeah. Do you have any Xenomorph figures? I don't, I'm afraid. Nick says, I'd say Digimon is a Pokemon wannabe. I don't want to see Yu-Gi-Oh! In this one, though. Well, I don't think anything's because Yu-Gi-Oh! And Digimon are both older than Pokemon. They just didn't do things until later. Geeky Zeke says Smurfs, no Smurfs. Any Hot Wheels? No, I'm afraid not. Any Pac-Man? Also not. I saw someone ask something about the Bat family, I think, but I can't scroll up because TikTok. Wait. Snorks. I don't... Do they make Snorks toys? Probably, right? Probably. Any Hellbat figures? No Hellbat. I keep seeing a Hellbat here in Savannah. And, like, it's cool. I just don't want it. Oh no, it's fine. Got a Tails, though. Classic Tails. This is the money that could have gone to that Hellbat. Went to Tails. Rick and Morty, no, because they only had those Funko figures, and I don't think they looked all that good. Any Skull figures? No, I'm afraid not. And I love your ceiling fan. Thanks, Lucas. Alright. Classic Tails. Very small figure, but good all around. Like it. Good solid joints. Yeah, it's alright. It's Tails. What can you complain about? After that, we'll go back to Mario, because I got a green Cheep Cheep. Doop. You gotta love how some of these guys, it's like multiple ties, really getting them scared, and then the Cheep Cheep, it's like they just had one. Do I have any Final Fantasy figures? I'm afraid not. Frost says, also, Life Flow is going to be some LGBTQ representation with the main cast being a lesbian. Oh, that's quite good. Nick Aswell says, were you able to get the Shelton Benjamin Walmart exclusive? I did. and it broke coming out of the box. So I glued his legs back on. I would like another one. I'm not paying aftermarket prices, so that might just be my Shelton Benjamin. It happens sometimes. Lucas says, oh my god, please tell me that you have a bullet bill. I do. First of all, here's a cheap. What's your opinion about the new Liu Kang? I think it's a really cool concept. I can't wait to see how it's done. My one thing is, like, I hope they don't turn Liu Kang into a generic bad guy, because I like good guy Liu Kang, and I'm really sick of, like, demonic Liu Kang that we've had in all the other games. So, we'll see. We're actually going into the other part of my apartment. We're in the living room right now. Any AEW figures? Yeah, I got a few. Walmart distribution has been horrible. Yeah. But hey, here's a plush Bullet Bill. Look at that guy. I did a whole video on my Sine plushes, if you ever want to check that out. Blink twice if she hits you. There's no she to hit me. Frost, the top of your comment. Okay, so the main character is named Lindsay, and it's something about being an entertainer, I think. I can't see shit. Do you have a Mario, Luigi, Butters, Jeffrey? I don't... What? Do you have a Mario, Luigi, Butters, Jeffy? Like the peanut butter? I have a Mario Bros. Here we go. There's some Mario Bros. Snorlax. I do have Snorlaxes. There's a Snorlax. He's very cute. I think Baraka deserves more respect in the games. They just threw him out in MK versus DC and MK11. Yeah, but at the same time, he's kind of generic. I want to cuddle with Snorlax. Snorlax is very cuddling. I totally. I think he means the puppet Jeffy. No, I do not have the. I don't have that Mario. I don't think. I saw the plushie. Oh, yeah. Going back into the living room. Do. Boop. Right over here, we have big old Snorlax. This is one of my oldest stuffed animals. Love that guy. All right. Okay, so Frost, your comments back in. Lindsay has an eccentric and entertaining personality and loves helping people any way she can. Ah, that's good. Crypto Horizon, any video games? Yeah, a good few. I have a big stack of Switch games right here. And that's not all of them. They're just all on the table. Because I also do video game live streams on Twitch, and I kind of just keep them stacked up. Can I come over and make some pizza? I think I'm good. No offense to you, but I'm always paranoid if I tell literally anyone where I live, then people are just gonna start showing up here. There's one of my best friends for 2 years has just come over very recently. But you seem cool. Thank you. But yeah. Nick says, I'm hunting for Death to Smoochie figure. Super obscure and hard to find. Death to Smoochie figure. It's weird that sounds familiar, and yet I can't place it. Frost says, talking about Lindsay, her design is she has a top hat, crop top jeans, and a robotic left arm. Huh. That's a pretty cool look. I like that. Kind of like I like this modern towels. That's a really nice shirt. Oh, thank you, Lucas. All right. We're going to get tails out of here. Yeah, you can see that some of these boxes did not do particularly well at the store. So we got classic tails here. Looks pretty good. I like that. He's actually, yeah, he is a lot smaller than classic tails, which is weird. How much did that cost? All these figures that I'm talking about now, they typically go for $5, but I found them at Five Below. Not only were they all half price, but they were also buy two, get one free. So for the price of one, I was able to get three. Why does Tails look like Bugs Bunny? I don't know. I'm seeing it now. I think it's the ears. Nick Aswell says to kill each other. And V says noise mate. Getting towards the end of this now, we have a golden chow. Oh, like literally, there wasn't even a band in that one. I just pulled it out. At Nick Aswell to kill each other. At Nick Aswell, what? What? To kill each other, what? I can't scroll up. I feel like I'm just catching the end of a conversation. And Crypto Horizon says, I think I found your Twitch. You could have. I'm Ron Bun to John on everything. Oop. I'm also on YouTube. That's fun. I'm proud of my YouTube channel, because yesterday I was at 50 subscribers, now I'm at 76. I just had like a massive influx of people. I think it's because of a Spider-Verse thing, and also I did an interview with Friends of the Squared Circle, which was a very nice show. I liked that one a lot. Yeah. Lucas, I think I found your stitches. My word. Okay. Are those all wrestlers? Yeah, behind me they are. Crypto says I subbed to your channel. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Curious thoughts on AEW figures. I think AEW figures can be cool, but I think overall they don't feel as good as the Mattel figures. I prefer Mattel figures immensely to the AEW figures, but I think there's good AEW figures out there. I think all their Jon Moxleys are good. I think their Brody Lee figures are good. Their Danhausen figure looks spectacular. And their Owen Hart figure is one of my favorite figures of all time, which is why he's right there next to Brett. Frost says Lindsay's left arm is something she did herself to help her work more efficiently. Oh, that's cool. Kind of like a Doc Ock thing. Damien, your opinions on Vader? There's a lot. I'm going to go through some of these other comments and I'm going to get back to you, Damien. What are your thoughts on Fortnite toes? Sure. Nick Aswell says, trying to kill each other. Who's trying to kill each other? Lucas says, I want some tacos. Frost says, Lindsay's a bit of a workaholic. Cool. Crypto Horizon says, lol. And Chevy says, just want to say, rip Iron Sheik. Absolutely, rest in peace, Iron Sheik. That dude had to deal with a lot of shit in his life. And, yeah, rest in peace. As for Vader, I think, is a very interesting character. I think he is deservedly an icon. Crypto Horizon is screaming, I love paint. I have some issues with how they treat Vader. I hate that Vader is Space Jesus. Because you watch the original trilogy, he's just some guy, right? He's just some guy. He was relatable in that way, because he was just a dude who fell off the beaten path. You know? He made the wrong choice. But then in the prequels, it was, oh, Darth Plagueis and Darth Sidious impregnated the universe, and then Space Jesus was born, and now he's the Antichrist, and everything was about Vader, right? Everything in the universe is about the Skywalkers. Everything revolves around this one family. I hate it. I love the prequels, and I love Anakin, but I hate that they took a dude who wasn't the chosen one, right? They never said that Vader was supposed to be the chosen one. But then you watch the prequels, and it's like, oh, the Skywalkers are meant to bring balance to the Force. I think in George Lucas's attempts to make the Skywalkers, like, more... to make them more profound, they've become less interesting to me. But oh shit, Damien's talking about Vader the wrestler. I'm sorry. Lucas says Jagged summons me. V's laughing. Damien, I'm so sorry. Oh, Big Van Vader. Oh shit. Big Van Vader, love him. One of the best big guys of all time. Amazing stuff in Japan. I love his matches with Sting and Ric Flair. Spectacular. Spectacular. Damien, no, it's good. We still had fun here. And Frost says, and the villain for Life Flow is my favorite I made. For his concept, I mixed Joker and Deathstroke. Okay, that's cool. So you You have like the brains of the Joker, and you're kind of mixing that with the fighting ability of Deathstroke. That's good. That's a cool place to start. I totally feel what you mean, though. They went totally off the rails. Yeah, like the number one way to make a character not interesting to me is to say that they're Jesus. You remember that one Elvis wrestler, the Honky Tonk Man? Yes, I adore the Honky Tonk Man. I got my hair slicked back and I'm coming to your town in a pink Cadillac. I'm just the Honky Tonk Man. I love the Honky Tonk Man. He's one of my favorites. I think they need a Baraka or Shao Kahn redemption arc. Shao Kahn and Baraka, I could see Baraka more than I could see Shao Kahn, but that would be very cool. And the guy that dressed up as a baby. The sad thing is, there's a few different wrestlers I can think of who dressed up as baby. You mean the Big Show dressed up as the baby once? He drew up for New Year's Eve. He just like showed up in a diaper. And what's awful is they didn't fit him properly. So apparently for the live audience, Big Show's little show like popped out of the diaper. World Wrestling Agenda says Bronson Reed. Apparently I'm Bronson Reed's twin. User, I couldn't agree with you more. Razor Ramon should have been world champ. He was so over. Razor Ramon Scott Hall, one of my absolute favorites of all time. He is on my Mount Rushmore. He should have been world champ. Even if it was just for like a few months, he should have been champ. I think he would have been a way better champ than Diesel. I think he was more over than Diesel. I think people connected with him more. I honestly think business could have been better. And I'm not trying to shit on Kevin Nash. I love Kevin Nash. I really, really do. But he was champion during a bad time. And I think he could have been a great WWE World Champion were they in a better era. But for that era, he was not the guy, you know? I want the figures for it, Nick Aswell says. Very, very cool. Crypto Horizon says, who's better, Deathstroke or Deadshot? That is tough. I love Slade from Teen Titans. Slade is one of my favorite cartoon villains ever, but I actually am not a big fan of Deathstroke in the comics. I like Slade because he's very kind of subtle, and I like how he's kind of in the backgrounds, like manipulating events. In the comics, Deathstroke's a lot more in your face. So in the comics, I think I like Deadshot more. But if we're taking like every version of the characters, I like Slade more than I like any other version of Deathstroke or Deadshot. The one scene that forever scarred me in wrestling was when Snitsky licked me. I was like, what? Yeah, oh dude, Gene Snitsky also kicked the baby. Don't you remember? He kicked the baby in the face. Nick Aswell trying to kill each other. Yeah, that's what wrestling is sometimes. Everyone knows that Iron Sheik is the strongest wrestler. Hey, Iron Sheik will make you humble. Okay? Like that jabroni Hogan. Make you humble. What's better, Red Hood or Slade? Okay. I'm about to hit you with some really dumb reasoning right now. Red Hood is an antagonist for a Batman movie. My favorite comic character of all time is Dick Grayson. So the fact that I like Dick Grayson more means that I care about his relationship with Slade more than I necessarily care about Batman's relationship with the Red Hood. I think they're both great. I think they're both excellent. I love all their stuff. I'm going with Slade. Damon says, I was joking about Iron Sheik. And he says, oh my god, I don't remember that. To be honest, looking back, he was pretty creepy, but like not in a cool way. V, are you talking about Slade or? Okay. Damien, do you like Marvel? I like Marvel. There was a point where I was getting rid of all my Marvel stuff because I was burnt out on it. I always liked DC a lot more. Oh, V, you're talking about Gene Snitsky. Yeah, no, they did some horrible shit with Gene Snitsky. But Marvel's good. I like, when I think of the things I like in Marvel, right? I think of like the Fantastic Four, some X-Men, Captain America, some Spider-Man. There's some things in Marvel I can't stand, but yeah. I'm more of a DC guy, but I like Marvel a lot. I see a huge figure on myself. I think that's Darth Vader. Can you show me? I can absolutely show you, but I think I know what we're talking about. Damien says, dude, we should be friends. Why not? Oop. Barsky says, I forgot his name. Nick Aswell says, I want Death to Smoochie figures. I still need to figure out what Death to Smoochie is. And Suhel says, how old are you? I am 23. And if we're talking about this figure up here, that is my very, very big TIE pilot. I call him Jerry. He was a gift from my sister. Is that the figure that we were looking at? Because now that I'm thinking about it, there could have been other figures we're talking about. Like, I have these bat soldiers here. And I also have a big Undertaker. Okay. Do you have any of the original Centurion figures? I don't. I don't know. Unless it's something I'm really connected to, I don't really go in for vintage figures. I kind of just collect the stuff I like. You look kind of like Bronson Reed. I think it's just the hair, though. Dude, Bronson Reed is apparently my twin. Suho said, if I offered $100K for all those, would you do it? Nothing proves to me that I might have a problem with the fact that, like, I don't know the answer. Maybe. Okay, tell you what, $100K, but you let me keep a handful. Like, you and I can go back and forth and figure out a number of what I would get to keep. Then maybe. Because there's some things here where it's like, I just can never give them up. And then Exchangeville says, I would say 150? Yeah. Damien says, dude, just buy them again. Yeah, but I have memories with these guys, though. Oh, God. Okay, Damien says, that's 100K. I know, but, like, memories, though. Crypto Horizon says, I have hair like the Indian Spider-Man from the new movie. Yeah, we both have the side cut. I love the India Spider-Man, too. Yeah. I think my favorite in the new movie is Spider-Punk. He was my favorite in the movie. I did like seeing the PS4 Spider-Man. That made me chuckle a lot. I love seeing Spectacular Spider-Man show up. That was cool. 130 for all. Oh. Actionville agrees that Spider-Punk is the best. Suho says, can you shave the beard one day? I want to see what you look like. No, you don't. I look awful without the beard. The beard gives me a chin I don't have otherwise. V says, well, nice chatting, mate. Have a good one. Thank you so much. It was good to talk to you. Damon says, do you have a Vader figure? If so, may I please see him? Yes, and I'm going to assume we're still talking about Big Van Vader. But yeah, we'll go have a look-see. 140K for everything. I don't know. Sue House says, do I go to church? No, I grew up religious. I'm not particularly religious anymore. There's my one Vader. My Big Van Vader. I love that guy. Foxy Hatter says, PS4 is one of the best Spider-Man suits. I know! And it's also like, okay, I'm about to get some hate. I do not like Peter Parker. I do not like Peter Parker most of the time. But I love that Peter Parker. So, yeah. Where's my other Vader? I do have another Vader. There we go. He's right there behind Lou Albano. Those are my two Vaders. Nick Oswald. Are you death to Smoochie? No, I'm not trying to. It's literally, I can't scroll up, and every time I see a comment, it like just says they're trying to kill each other, and I don't know what that means. I'm not trying to skip death to Smoochie. Foxy Hatter is doing like ghost faces. You watching news, Iron Sheik death. It's so sad. I hate that he's passed away. My villain for life, Flo, has no name. He's known as the man who smiled. Oh, that's pretty good. Tobey Maguire was the best Peter Parker ever. He was a good Peter Parker. Name says, okay, but like, thank you for being so kind to us. No, guys, I feel so bad because like I know I'm missing people, but it's I don't have a way to scroll up right now. Like I touch the screen and it does nothing, and I don't want to end the stream. But yeah, like I'm trying my best here. So Foxy Hatter asks, what do I have against Peter Parker? He's my second favorite in 2099. Actionville says, I'm going to go see a Spider-Man exhibit for my B-Day. Going to see props and suits and everything. That's super cool. That's very cool. Crypto Horizon says, okay, first of all, Spider-Man 29 don't need webs. He has claws. Yeah, but he also has like those grapple things. He shoots like a laser web. Frost says he has a Slade-style mask with one eye revealed, but he has a smiley face on the rest of his face. Oh, that's cool. That'd be a cool look. So, the person who asked about why I dislike Peter Parker. I'm going to be answering questions while we talk, but I'm going to try to get this in. Nick Aswell, Death to Smoochie was about a kid show host with Robin Williams and Ed Norton. Okay. That sounds familiar to me, but I still can't place it. Okay. And they're trying to kill each other. Okay. So, Nick, for a long time, I was just seeing a comment came through that said trying to kill each other. And I thought that maybe it was just like because I was having technical issues, maybe it was just spamming your comment. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that that was you trying to explain that to me. That's completely on my end. I'm sorry. Would you sell all your figures for $1 million? I mean, I like some of these guys a lot. I could sell most. I could sell you 99% for $1 million. Nick Aswell says too many words. I know. I'm sorry, dude. You know what the best Pixar movie is? Ratatouille. I also think Ratatouille is the best Pixar movie. But Peter Parker, right? And I'm not trying to say like Peter Parker's a bad character. For me, Peter Parker is very boring. Because every story worth telling with Peter Parker. Oh, I meant the worst Pixar movie was Ratatouille? I mean, might not be for everyone, but I like it now. Nick Oswald says, well, now I'm exhausted. Haha, good night. I'm so sorry, Nick, but thank you for watching. Super cool to talk to you. You have a good night. But Peter Parker, right? So Peter Parker, I love. I think, well, no, I don't love. I like the idea a lot, and he has some cool stories. But I'm a kid, grew up in the 2000s, and you want to know something? Spider-Man sucked throughout the 2000s and the 2010s. Mike says, if you lost your job and struggled to make rent, would you resort to selling your... I don't know who's buying that. Okay, so who's your favorite Spider-Man? Miles. It's probably Miles. Lucas says, I'm making grilled cheese. Cool. But Peter, right? Peter as a character has a legacy, and it's incredible. But here's one thing, right? Peter is so saturated. He's in everything. In my lifetime, we have had 4 separate film series. We've had God knows how many cartoon series, countless comic books, countless video games. He's in more stuff than any other superhero. So already, like, you can get burnt out. I've been burnt out. But even with that, right? 2000s was a great time for Spider with the movies and Ultimate Comics. Right. And I get that, but at that time, right? Movies were great, but I didn't know about the Ultimate Comics. I was still reading the main universe. And in the main universe, you had constant retcons to Spider-Man. He's no longer in a relationship with Mary Jane. He was no longer friends with people. His enemies would come and gone. Like, a lot of people don't realize that Venom, Eddie Brock stopped being Venom in, like, the 90s. And it was only in, like, 2018 that he went back to being Venom. Like, shit changes. How many days does it take until you're comfortable with... 4 or 5, I guess, depending. I ended up finding a very underrated canon Spider-Man that's mixed with anime. Huh. That's cool. That's Frost who says that. And Smaller says we. But as for Peter, right? I think it's just a case where he's in so many things, and every time, all the lore, all the history, all the characters you like of him with movies and cartoons, the comics just did their best to shit on that. So now you have a Spider-Man who, for a little bit, he was able to be treated like a mentor figure to younger characters, and now he's supposed to be in his 30s, and he still acts like he's 16. Like, Spider-Man just hasn't changed in so long. I was so sad that Japanese Spider-Man wasn't across the Spider-Verse. That would have been cool. Most badass character, Spider-Man 2099 or Shao Kahn. 2099, because he's actually cool, and I think sometimes Shao Kahn can be a bit try-hard. Is Gwen and Miles in a relationship, or is she with Peter? So Spider-Gwen and Miles are in a relationship, but Gwen Stacy of most universes is in love with Peter and then winds up dying tragically. Do you watch anime? I do watch anime, but not much. Lucas says, I have a major concern. What's your major concern? Also, I'm going to put down 2099. I've been playing with 2099. Look. Rest in peace, Gwen. Rest in peace, Gwen. I just lost Lucas's comment because I just got a bunch of comments at once. Crypto Horizon says, any Dragon Ball? I'm afraid not. The animated Spider-Man is named Sakura Spider from Earth 346. So, that's very cool. And then, Toei, the Godzilla that does Godzilla, also had a live-action Spider-Man show, which is, like, wild. A lot of characters have that problem. Batman, Lizard, Superman. My wife's hands are tiny. My word. Who would win between Miles or Peter? It depends on which Miles and which Peter. If it's like the ones in Spider-Verse, Miles. If it's like Earth 616 Peter and Ultimate Universe Miles, probably 616 Peter because he's more experienced. But then again, Miles has a lot of shit, and he's also been a superhero for a long time now. You know what? No, I'm going to say Miles. I'm going to say Miles to both. So here's the thing, right? Foxy Hatter, you bring up a really good point with Batman and Superman being very, very widespread too. Sakura Spider is a girl for some reason, but looks a lot like Chaco from MHA. Cool. Foxy Hatter also says Electro is very underrated. I do like the Spider-Man villains. But hear me out, right? There's been less Batman movies than Spider-Man villains in my lifetime, right? Because in my lifetime, we've had 8. We've had, well, if we count Spider-Verse, 10 Spider-Man films. How many Batman films have we had? In my lifetime, we've had the 3 Nolan films, Justice League, let's say that's 4, Batman v Superman, that's 5. 5 Batman films, right? Did you know that 2099 Spider-Man was talking about real-life Earth Spider-Man Doctor Strange? Yeah, that was a cool reference. And Frost saying they're going to send a pic who Sakura Spider is on Discord. That's cool. Who's better, Miles or Spider-Man 2099? Oh, man. Miles is a better character, but I like 2099's design more. But here's the thing, right? So, there's less Batman stuff than Spider-Man stuff, and there's a whole hell of a lot less Superman stuff. Like, bar none, there's just less Superman stuff than there is Batman and Spider-Man stuff, and that could be popularity, that could be any number of things, but there's less, right? But here's what else I'm going to say, is in my lifetime, they've taken so many risks with Batman and Superman. Like, Batman, let's look at Batman, right? In my lifetime, they've introduced his son, they've introduced new characters, they've introduced things like killing Alfred, removing Dick Grayson, having Dick Grayson take over as Batman for a long while. They've had changes to the character dynamics. They've turned Harley Quinn into a good guy. Like, within Batman's most important characters, they've taken a lot of chances, and some of them wound up being really bad, but some of them wound up being awesome. And for some of these characters, like I'm looking specifically at Nightwing, the best run they've ever had in comic books, they're having right now. Crypto Rosen says the old Spider-Man movie didn't even hit Miles. He needed a redemption. He needs a redemption arc. Bro, are you going to see Flash? I don't know if I'm going to see Flash. I didn't see some of those comments because I can't scroll up. Frost just says, sent the picture of Sakura Spider. Awesome. Foxy says, I love to see a mention to the other Spider-Verse like the 90s show Spider-Verse and the Ultimate Spider-Verse. That'd be cool. It's weird to me that they didn't reference like the 90s cartoon. Because like they had the 60s cartoon, they had Spectacular Spider-Man, they had fucking Spider-Man Unlimited in there in multiple shots. It's so weird to me that they didn't have like 90s like Spider-Man, like, you know, that one. The cartoon everyone watched. Flash is the greatest movie you've never seen, possibly. I don't know if I'm going to see Flash. I want to see Michael Keaton as Batman, but Ezra Miller's a scumbag, so. Okay, best villain, go. Okay. Best villain, Jesus, okay. My gut says Magneto. I'm gonna go Magneto. I've always loved Magneto. I don't even know if he counts as a villain. He's an anti-hero, isn't he? Okay, not Magneto. Bowser. Oh, God damn it, he's an anti-hero too. King K. Rool. King K. Rool's my favorite. He's never been heroic. He's always a scumbag. Mike Barnes would definitely want to come back. Yeah, I think so. Like, and the thing is, like, everyone remembers the 90s cartoon. They have a whole toy line right now based on the 90s cartoon. It would be cool. Maybe in the next movie, right? Maybe they'll have, like, 90s cartoon Spider-Man come back. Lucas says, hey, babe. Hey. And Frost says, and apparently Sakura's universe is the same as from the Deadpool Samurai manga comics. That's cool. Crypto Horizon says, best Transformers villain. Also, King K. Rool was the best villain in Donkey Kong 64. Yeah. Well, I love King K. Rool. Best Transformers villain? Soundwave. Soundwave's my favorite Transformer, so he's also my favorite villain. Lucas says, have a wonderful day. I'm asleep. Oh, thank you so much for hopping in. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I'll tell you what, I don't know if there's any interest in this, but I keep talking about this with my friends jokingly, but I think I'm actually going to do it. I think I'm going to make a video talking about why I dislike Peter Parker. And here's the truth, right? I shouldn't say I dislike Peter Parker. It's throughout my entire lifetime, they've never done anything interesting with Peter Parker. And all the best stuff came from media that was outside of comics. But even that media just starts telling the same story after a while because Marvel and Disney forces them to. Who do you think is winning the Shared Dimension 2099 or Spider-Verse 2099? Shattered Dimension 2099 or Spider-Verse 2099? I like Shattered Dimensions a lot. I think Spider-Verse, just because from what we saw of 2099 in the movie, Spider-Verse 2099 seems smarter, and he also seems a little bit more powerful to me. I'm gonna go with them. Okay, I need to plug my phone up. Because we are on a very low battery. Okay. Also, we are going to be wrapping up our stream here before too long because I have one last thing I want to open. You see, my favorite thing to collect right now are Japanese Pokemon finger puppets. You can only get these in Japan at Pokemon centers. I adore these things. I adore them. And I got a few here that we're going to open. Some that I'm going to keep in boxes because I already have. But hey. Foxy Hair says, Melina, best Mortal Kombat character, no doubt. Melina is my favorite Mortal Kombat character. Crypto Horizon, best Mortal Kombat villain. Melina's my favorite character, so I guess they're also my favorite villain. Daddy King says, do you have a Hornswoggle? I don't, I'm afraid. But alright. Let's have a look at some of these Pokemon. So, these guys are great. I adore them. They're very cheap. They're very cool. I'm actually looking, because I think I have this Jolteon. No, I don't. I do not have this Jolteon, so we were going to be opening this one. Daddy King says, bro, I've been trying to get Hornswoggle. I want a Hornswoggle so badly, but it's actually hard to find him nowadays. I feel like everyone finally realizes how cool he was. Fungus Van Sat says, my favorite Mortal Kombat character has got to be Scraptor. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know which one that is. That sounds like a PlayStation 2 Mortal Kombat era character. I dig it, that's a cool name. Scraptor. Is he like a cyborg vulture? A cyborg velociraptor? That sounds cool. Did you know that one of the mangas for Mortal Kombat, Melina was a lesbian and had a kid? I don't know about the mangas, but like in Mortal Kombat 11, her arcade ending, she has a kid with Tamina. Tana. Whatever her name is. What do you collect? A lot of things. But right now, we're looking at Pokemon Finger Puppets. This is my Jolteon now. Fungus Fun Zot says, he's like a raptor made of scrap metal, and he has the power of 100 raptors. That's cool. Jan says, yo. God, I love this so much, because like in Japan, right, these guys are less than $1, but this is a beautifully sculpted, great little Jolteon. I love the finger puppets. They're my favorites. Fungus Von Zant. Without Houston, he's the coolest character. Oh, without question. Okay, without question. Did you see the bloodline crumbling? I did. It's very cool. Foxy Hair says, I'm surprised King K. Rool hasn't returned besides from Smash Bros. It feels like Nintendo doesn't want him to return. But especially playing Tropical Freeze, I really feel like that fucking seal was supposed to be King K. Rool at one point. Best Pokemon Evolution. I love Sylveon. Sylveon's my favorite. What are your thoughts on the new belt? Don't like it. Looks ugly. Cody Rhodes finishes the story. He should have finished it at WrestleMania. But yeah, I hope he still does, because Cody Rhodes is my favorite wrestler right now. Here's a Flareon. A Flareon to go with my hot takes. My hot takes. My lukewarm takes. Like Cody Rhodes should have won at Mania. God. But yeah, like, these finger puppets are my absolute favorite things. I adore them. I adore them. But the Bloodline segment was so good. It was good. That entire story was perfect. I just wish... Because you could have had this ending without Roman being champion. Dad King says, yes, I agree. Me and my wife were so disappointed. Yeah. Foxy Hatter says, who do you think is the best wrestler actor at the moment? Best wrestler actor at the moment? Batista? Because I like John Cena and a lot of stuff he's done. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I think Batista. I think he's been in some phenomenal movies. How'd you get these finger puppets? These guys are ordered from Japan. But there's a store here in Savannah named Planet Fun, and they sell these guys a lot. Will you be live tomorrow? Not tomorrow, but I will be live on Friday again. Batista. Did you see the Mario movie? I did, and I very much liked it. I actually posted a review on it. Packers fan says, sup? Hey, how's it going? All-time favorite wrestler? That'd be Bret Hart. Top 5 most underrated wrestlers. Okay. So, underrated wrestlers. There's a few I can think of. I think one. Oh, okay, Crypto has to leave, but they're going to see us on Friday. See ya, Crypto, and I'll see you later. Thank you for hopping on. Also, here is a very adorable Dragonite. Look at how cute that is. I love that. Daniel Bryan is great. Okay, maybe we could see King K. Rool as the villain in a Donkey Kong movie. That's what they should do. Yeah, they should have King K. Rool, and then I should voice him. I joke, but I would love to see King K. Rool in a movie. Underrated wrestlers. I'm still trying to think about this. Christian, that's good. No, that's brilliant. Okay, now I have juices flowing. Christian, grown man. Where? Christian, Matt Hardy, Arn Anderson, Goldust. And you guys are going to say that this doesn't count, but I think it does. Scott Hall. Because Scott Hall could have been so much more. He probably should have been so much more. Those are my 5. So, Christian, Matt Hardy, Arn Anderson, Goldust, and Scott Hall. There we go. Daddy Kings, their 5 is Daniel Bryan. Absolutely. Evan Bourne. Makes sense. Hurricane. Love him. Chris Masters. Masterlock. Can't beat. Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose, I get, but I would also say he's like the cornerstone of AEW, so I don't know if he's underrated. Well, maybe if you want to say like specifically he was underrated in WWE, in which case, like, yeah, absolutely. But I feel like he's going to be like well remembered. I have an Applin. Before AEW, okay, yeah. With that caveat, absolutely, I agree with you that Dean Ambrose is on that list. I read his book. What a cool book. It's written just like how you think it would be written, because he's like constantly going on like weird side tangents, but it's always engaging. Great book. I loved it a lot. Here's Applin. What a good little finger puppet. It's so cute. And the paint's great. My favorite thing about the newest finger puppets is they're so well sculpted, you can hardly even believe they're finger puppets. Oh, and Angry Ryback. I do like Ryback. I have a dream, rob a toy store from all the figures. Ooh. I wouldn't do that. Mostly because, like, I'm always worried that, like, they're going to find me and then I won't be able to buy toys anymore. I feel like Christian is better than Edge in ring-wise, and on the mic, Edge just got pushed harder. I'll give you in ring, I think Edge is a better talker, and I think he has a little bit more presence, but I also think Christian should have gotten more. Now, this guy we're not going to unbox because I already had this Metagross, but that's great because I love to have sealed version of these puppets. I just don't want to have them sealed if I don't have a loose version. All right. What do we have next? Oh, Impidimp. I love this line. Come on, little Impidimp. I saw someone on TikTok. They have like a hand-woven Impidimp stuffed animal. And it's honestly one of the coolest things I've ever seen. One of the absolute coolest things. Come on out for me, Impidimp. Look at you. Look at that. Look at that. I love him. Edge best story was against John Cena. Yes, but I also did love his matches with The Undertaker. Do you watch basketball? I don't. Daddy King, John Cena promos will never be outdone. John Cena on the mic. People don't give that guy enough credit. Like, they don't give John Cena enough credit in anything, let's be honest. But, like, as a talker, like, top 5 all time. John Cena is top 5 promo all time. I don't care what you guys say. I know I'm right. It's the Eric Andre show, isn't it? Like, why are you booing me? I'm right. Here's Dragapult. Oh, God. Roman Reigns or John Cena? So, I think Roman Reigns is a better wrestler. I think he's a better character. I think that he has had a better run, especially as Tribal Chief. But John Cena is a childhood favorite, so I'm always going to say John Cena. But I love Roman Reigns, and I respect him a lot. And I think that, like, history is going to bear out that he's, like, one of the greatest of all time. Perhaps even more so than John Cena. Here's Dragapult. He's giving you weird I want you eyes while lying down. That's something. Something. John Cena GOAT. Absolutely, he's the greatest of all time. Yo, Rookie D. So, if you guys are thinking, hey, it's weird that it's acting like Ron is acting like they don't even know what figures they're doing, it's because I've had these guys for so long, waiting to unbox them on a live stream. I legitimately don't know what Pokemon are in this palette anymore. So this literally is like, I'm just discovering them with you guys when I'm pulling out. Oh, look at that. He's so good. He's so good. Oh, love him. Who are you? Ah, Rookie D. I think Reigns is just getting shoved down people's throat. Law. I remember him from The Shield. Dude, The Shield, and I get that, but I feel like ever since he turned heel, for me at least, he's been like can't miss TV. I love heel Roman Reigns. That said, he should have lost to Cody. He should have. I think Solo will do really good though. Absolutely, he will. So good. I feel so bad for Dolph Ziggler. I feel bad for Dolph Ziggler, but then I remember that guy's been employed continuously for like 15 years, and he's always been in a pretty good spot. So I feel like he's okay. He's the goat of heels, John Cena, goat of the face. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, I think that's solid. Looking at Rookedy, I don't think he's quite as good. There's something off about him. I think it's the eyes. In fact, I know it's the eyes. There's something just not quite there. I don't know. Whenever I get a Corviknight, I'll do a big review. Whoa! Do I have this one? I don't have this one. That is Mega Charizard X. That is sick. Okay. Daddy King says Dolph is only a second card wrestler like The Miz. Lol. But yeah, also, okay, you want to talk underrated? The Miz. The Miz is phenomenal. I adore The Miz, and I think he deserves so much more. Dom is a better heel than Roman. You know what? Actually, Packers fan, I'm actually going to totally agree with you, because Roman is still playing like the cool heel, like the, yeah, I'm a bad boy. You know it. Dom is a fucking pathetic weasel, and I hate him. He is, in terms of like playing the traditional heel, my preferred kind of heel, Dom totally is better. But I still like them both. And then Daddy King just says, LMAO, Dom is funny as fuck. He is. He's a weasel. Oh, hey, Carl Blessed. They're saying that they're in the house. Roman is the badass heel still. Yeah, absolutely. Zazo Riz says Marvel Legends. Yeah, we're gonna have a look-see in just a sec. You sound like Wendigoon. I hope that's a compliment. Dom is so good only when Ree is around. I think that's what that says. The comment got kind of cut off. And Zazarez, Iron Shake, yeah, I saw. It's sad. And Daddy King says, did you see Rhea carry Dom? Well, it's really funny. I think it's amazing. Logan says, absolutely. Tom says Wendigoon is a YouTuber. Oh, cool. It is a man. It is man. Okay. I misread that. I thought you said it is a man. I was like, the fuck are you talking about? I do. I have a couple of Hulkbusters up there in the corner. You look like Bronson Rees. I'm his twin, apparently. That and Meat Canyon. Those are my twins. Ree gets mommy chance. She deserves it. I got Charizard X here. I'm not big on the pose. That looks very strange to me, but it's pretty well sculpted, well painted. I like that a lot. Who's next? Whoa! Sylveon. Favorite evolution. Ah. My favorite thing about unboxing these guys really is just getting these boxes open. They're very satisfying to just pop. Have a look at Sylveon. Very, very good. Look at that. That's a good Sylveon. Good paint, good sculpt. I have some Sylveons that I like a little bit more than this one, but I still think this is a very good one. Who's next? Whoa, that's a Mega Lucario. Do I have that one? I do. I have this one. So this one's going to stay in the box. But that's okay, because I like to keep these boxed whenever I can. How would you rate Night of Champions? I'd give it like a solid B. Like I enjoyed it more than I disliked it. I still was kind of put off by it, and in all honesty, I don't like that they do shows in Saudi Arabia. You know what? No, fuck it. It's a C. It's a C. It's a C because it would have been a B anywhere else, but they're in Saudi Arabia, so fuck it. It's a C. Daddy King says, I can't believe a lot of those kids didn't see John Cena at his prime. Yeah. And then Daddy King says, the Bloodline, 10 out of 10. Absolutely. I think that's going to go down as like one of the all-time great storylines. Bronson Reed, the twin of Bronson Reed. And Jim Silver says, hey, Austin Collection, do you have a... I don't think I do. I have vertigo, so... Like, I get the disabled parking, so... I guess, technically, I have vertigo. I miss John Cena. I also miss John Cena. There's a Charizard Y. Everyone misses John Cena. Things were better when Dad was here. Oh, come on. So, Charizard Y, which, believe it or not, even though I don't like the design as much, apparently in the games he actually is a monster more so than X. Taking a look, I think the finger puppet actually is a little bit more decent, but it's still very awkward. It's because he's in our era. Yeah, Daddy King, you're totally on point. It's because he is, like, to us as Stone Cold was to, like, the Attitude Era fans. And it's like, I'm not blind to that. I know I'm just nostalgic, but still. German says, I watched some of your lives 6 months ago, and then I came across this in my For You page. Awesome! Thank you. Welcome back. Can we all take a second for you to... Uh-huh. So, David says hi. Hello. There's a Toxel. Who's your favorite wrestler, Hulk Hogan or Goldberg? If we're talking just 90s Goldberg, he was a friggin' presence, man. But overall, I think Hogan, just because I think Hogan is funny. I think he's a funny dude. Do you play PlayStation? Not really. Not much anymore. Favorite WWE wrestler of all time? Bret Hart. Absolutely. Favorite wrestler of all time? Bret. And then Daddy King says Hulk Hogan. Absolutely Hulk Hogan. Spider-Verse Miles or Game Miles? Spider-Verse Miles, though I think Game Miles is also very good. There's my Toxel. He's very cute. I like that. Very well painted. It doesn't even look like a finger puppet. It just looks like a Tommy figure. They're not dolls. They are action figures. What are you talking about? Those are finger puppets. And I do have dolls. I got a big one right over there. I like my dolls. Look at my dolls. Look. A lot of them have cool cloth shirts I can put on them. Why are you talking about my dolls that way, man? How many WWE figures do you have or think you have? Like around 450-ish? No, 500, because that's just the elite. So around 500. Jeff Hardy, to be honest, is one of my favorites of all time. Jeff Hardy is great. Wait, so you not go and get Spider-Man 2? I don't have a PlayStation. If I were to somehow get a PlayStation 5, which I might, because I've been thinking about it a lot, I would get Spider-Man 2. I'm thinking about the ones in the back. I'm talking about the ones in the back. Yeah, those are my wrestling dolls. I have like 300 WWE dolls. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Do you have a Seth Rollins? Yeah, I have quite a few. Jerwin, what do you think will dethrone Roman? I think Cody. It should be Cody. It should have been Cody at WrestleMania. I hope it's Cody. I'm not going to be up doing this one either because I have... Oh no, I forgot their name. Gardevoir. I have Gardevoir loose already, so I'm going to have this boxed. Lol, not dolls. I know there are action figures, I'm joking. I have 300 of them. I don't know. Like, I know that, like, that's the thing is, like, people like to say, like, oh, I don't have dolls, I have action figures. And I get it. I get it. Also, I don't care. Fuck it. I'm an adult with a job and I pay my taxes. I'll call them dolls. That's what I have. I have a bunch of dolls. These are the dolls that are allowing me to aid my community and the infrastructure because of the sales tax. Alright. So, here's what I want to do now. I want to like, basically just group up everything we unboxed tonight and show what they all look like together. Daddy King says, I also have Pokemon Squishmallows. I saw the Gengar at the store and I thought about getting it. I'm not big on how it looked. I thought it felt great. I thought it looked really cool. But there was also a part of me that's like, it was weird that it didn't have arms or legs. Foxy Hatter says, wait, are we supposed to pay our taxes? We have action figures. I thought we didn't have to. Well, I mean, when you think about it, when you buy an action figure, that's a sales tax. So you're paying taxes that way when you think about it. Who would win in a fight between Shrek or Kung Fu Panda? I feel like it has to be Poe. It's Poe. Can you say happy birthday, Caleb? Huge fan. Yeah, of course. Happy birthday, Caleb. How's it going? Wait. Well then, like I said, we've unboxed a lot of things tonight. So Pancho Pablo says your vids bring me happiness. Thank you so much. It's always fun. I hate that like things haven't been going super great tonight with the comments. I can't do anything, but hey, things have still been super cool. I've loved talking to you guys. Oh, okay, because I haven't been playing it for 3 years. Oh, haven't been paying it for 3 years. The taxes. I thought you said playing, and I was like, are you talking about Spider-Man 2? I thought that wasn't out yet. How have you had it for 3 years? Oh, wait. Here, I'm going to try to get all these guys standing up and somewhat posed, and then we'll take a look at all of them. What was your favorite childhood toy? I can tell you what it is, because I have it right here. Tells, stop being an asshole. There you go. Right here, my childhood Soundwave. This is my favorite. This is my absolute favorite figure of all time. Love this guy. There were times where I was living in my car and had nothing else. Had this guy. So, love my Soundwave. Have you seen Transformers? I've not seen the new movie, no. And Pancho Pablo says, respect. Huh. Here, let's get these guys. Doop, doop. And then that's modern, so we'll put modern over here. Trying to get these guys standing. The thing about these Jax Sonic figures is they're cool, but they have a horrible time, like, actually staying balanced. Are you watching the NBA final? I'm not. I'm not much of a basketball person. Have you seen the ones with Shia LaBeouf? Yes, I have. When I was a kid, those were like the greatest things to ever exist. I adored especially the third and first ones. As I've gotten older, I don't like them quite as much as I once did, but I still think they're interesting for what they are. And they're still nostalgic for me. They're just, they're not what they once were. Rip Iron Sheik. Yeah, it's tragic. AEW or WWE or TNA. I'd personally go WWE, then TNA, then AEW, but that's just me. Even when Vince was there, WWE was better. Like, that's the thing, is like, WWE has problems, but there's always going to be a part of me that's like, WWE is wrestling. And like, that's not a healthy mentality to have, but it is a mentality that I have. So, there's only so much I can do to stop it. The Undisputed Championship looks horrible in my opinion. I agree. It looks terrible. Most WWE championships do nowadays. The IC belt looks fine, I guess. US belt looks okay, I guess. It is a nightmare getting these guys to stand up. Jesus Christ. Here we go. It's kind of working now. It's kind of working. Oh, how am I going to make you stand up, crab meat? You're just going to have to, like, lean on Sonic, I guess. Okay. Also, glad to see you again, brother. Hey, Noah. How's it going? I'm craving ice cream right now. I can go for ice cream. Ice cream's nice. WWF, WWE is wrestling. No one better. Like, Daddy King, I agree with you. I wish, however, like, I need to have a more open mind. because, like, I think there's so much stuff in AEW that is cool, but, like, I don't know. It's not the same. Like, there's other companies I like. Like, I like ECW. I like TNA. When I was young, there was a point where I honestly thought TNA was the best wrestling could ever be. Yeah, Daddy King, you and I agree. Like, I wasn't even alive for ECW, and I miss ECW. German says AEW is terrible in my opinion. I think it's not for me, but I think there's cool stuff there. And when Cody was there, I was watching, because Cody's my guy. But, you know. Thought on the CM Punk controversy. No one looks good in that. Tony Khan looks like an asshole. CM Punk looks like a prick. The Elite come off like they're also in the wrong because they kicked the fucking door down. The only guy who looks good in that is Kenny Omega, and that's because Kenny Omega was trying to help the dog. German says Impact was good. Oh yeah, Impact was good. What's the best soda? I am quite partial to a cream soda, Dr. Pepper. I watched the last episode and the rest of the... Yeah. Dude, ECW is rough. It's sad to kind of go back. RVD. In a perfect world, RVD should be held in the same regard that we hold Shawn Michaels. It's ridiculous that people don't know how great he is. AJ Styles GOAT in OGTNA. Absolutely. WWE, then Impact, then TNA, then AEW, then ECW, but I didn't watch ECW. It was after my time. I get that. I think that's a good ranking, German. Cherry Pepsi, plastic bottles, solos. Oh, Megan says hello and good evening. Hello, hello. German says, AJ Styles is my favorite all-time wrestler of all time. Daddy King says, only reminder of ECW left is Paul Heyman. Yeah. MGF for face of WWE. I think that's what he wants. Foxy Hatter. Not gonna lie, Eternals is so underrated. I still haven't seen Eternals, and I don't think I'm going to because I'm just burnt out on Marvel movies. I don't care anymore. Every fucking movie's that now the multiverse has to be saved. Daddy King asks, how old are you guys, lol? I am 23. Jaden says, do you think Prime Triple H could beat Roman Reigns? Yeah, because his dad, or his father-in-law, owns the company. MJF is carrying AEW. Yeah, I can see that argument. Well, finally got to see Guardians 3. I need to go see that one. Everyone tells me it's good, but I don't know. Foxy Hatter says, well, I need more Marvel right now. I get that. And I know some people still love Marvel, and it's just a me thing. It's just a me thing. It's because when I like something, I can't just like it. I have to like be obsessed with it, and it can only be that thing. And because of that, a lot of things that I should like and be able to like for a long time, I burn myself out on because I don't consume things healthily. Marvel has fallen off after 2017. I don't know. I think it's still good. I just think it's not for me. What year do you think WWE was good? I remember 2016 was amazing. I don't know why that's always the year I go back to. But it's like 2016. Last year was really good. Yeah. Basically the times when Triple H had more power than Vince. Marvel announced 2 more Avengers. Cool. Is Star Wars alive still? Yeah, apparently people are liking that Andor show that's coming out. Did you watch John Cena wrestling? Yes, John Cena was my guy as a kid. And German says that the prime era of wrestling was 2012 to 2017. I could get that. Mine was the pandemic era. My word. That was rough. I did not enjoy pandemic era wrestling. RVD and Tommy Dreamer, such an underrated wrestlers. Totally. Throw Rhino into that list. Throw Sabu into that list. Throw a lot of ECW guys into that list. But RVD, absolutely. Now then, let's look at some stuff. Boop. So, for everything that we unboxed tonight, I've broken them up into different groups, and we'll take a look-see. German, I forgot Rhino even existed. That's what happens when you go into TNA for a while. But look, we got our modern Sonic guys right over here. They're decent. The best one here is probably the Eggman, or that Sonic, the one with the thumbs up. Then we have the classic guys, and oh my god, look at the explosion of color. Like, I'm so glad I got these guys. I kind of want to complete the classic set. Like, the modern set's fine. I might get an Amy, But this set I look at, it's like, oh my god, that is perfect. I adore this classic set. Got the Mario guys we unboxed. Some pretty cool ones there. My favorites are probably that Peach, and then those Cat, Mario, and Luigi. And then there's the Pokemon finger puppets, which are all very, very, very good. And that's what we unboxed tonight. Noah says William Regal is very underrated. Absolutely. 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 God, Shadow is so cool. I love Shadow. Shadow is great. He's a big old goof. He's great. Daddy King says those are cool. I like them a lot. I feel like I'm so lucky because I got these guys for way cheaper than I should have. Like, I paid 1/3 of the price that I should have for them. Super cool figures. I always knew Jax was doing awesome figures because I've been doing the 5-inch line, but I like these. You read comics on the toilet, huh? Ooh, no, that's gross. I wipe myself with the comics. Who reads? But alright. We've been going for a while. Unboxed a lot of things. I would love to get a couple of drinks in me. I should rephrase that. I would like to drink some water. But hey, thank you everyone who came on. It's been a ton of fun. Oh, Noah says John Moxley got boring after the first 2 years, lol. I don't know. I still like John Moxley a lot. I don't know. I get it. Different strokes for different folks. But hey, you guys have been awesome. Great live stream. So good to get back into this. I might see some of you guys on Friday. We're going to do this again. Foxy Hatter says, I'm talking about Smash Bros, of course. Okay, but alright. Thank you guys again. You were awesome. Hope to see some of you guys on Friday. But we'll talk later. Alright, see ya.